A tragic turn in the radio hoax on the British.
Australians woke up to the news that a radio prank, at least in part, contributed to the death of a dedicated nurse and mother. It was left to the boss of Today FM to apologise for the stunt, which went so tragically wrong.
Southern Cross Stereo are deeply saddened by the tragic news of the death of nurse Jacintha Saldanha in the King Edward VII hospital, and we extend our deepest sympathies to her family and all that have been affected by the situation around the world.
At least one of the two DJs involved, Michael Christian, is believed to be in hiding in this Sydney hotel.
I spoke to both presenters early this morning, and it's fair to say they're completely shattered. We have internally made sure that their needs are addressed, and counselling is certainly part of the offer.
At King Edward VII's hospital, Jacintha Saldanha put the presenter's call through to the ward where the Duchess of Cambridge was being treated.
Can you believe what has happened today?
You know what? They were the worst accents ever.
While the presenters bragged about their prank call, it appears the nurse, who hadn't been disciplined by the hospital, was in turmoil. Outside the radio station, Australians spoke of their shock.
It's all very funny to the people listening, but at the end of the day, it's going to be sad for a family, isn't it?
They should be sacked. They shouldn't have that opportunity to go back and say what they think, because what has happened is so horrible.
Obviously she's had some sort of personal issues. I don't think they can be held responsible for doing their job.
Advertisers like big supermarket chain Coles have been pulling their sponsorship. The Australian Communications and Media Authority has also said it wants to speak to station management.
Commercial radio here in Australia constantly pushes the boundaries of taste and decency in the battle for ratings. Today FM has been wrapped over the knuckles a number of times by the media watchdog here, but no previous stunt they pulled has ever had such tragic consequences.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge praised the care Kate received at the hospital. They say they're deeply saddened by a development which is clearly a tragedy for all those involved. Jonathan Samuels, Sky News, Sydney.
To drive last year. She was a lovely person, always very polite, quite a quiet person, really wouldn't say boo to a goose, always on time, never any problems, quite a nervous person at the beginning, but when she really sort of got to grips with what we were doing, really progressed quite well and was just a delight to teach.
Married with a couple of children, I think some suggestion from India originally, what do you know?
Yes, I believe she did. She didn't talk too much to me about her private life, so she was quite a private person. It was very much just dealing with what we had in hand, which was the driving, but yes, I did believe she did come from India originally.
What did you think when you heard about this story? It's one of those very strange tragedies, unexpected really by all involved. What was your reaction?
It's just complete shock. I heard about it yesterday and it's just such a shame. She was such a nice person. I can only imagine that what happened would have played heavily on her mind, and I just feel for the family at this point because she must have been obviously deeply traumatised by what happened to her, and it's just such a shame that it's happened to such a nice person.
I mean, you're there based in Gloucestershire. She was working in London. Presumably she'd moved up there or commuted up. Do you know how it worked?
She lived in Bristol. Her family home was in Bristol and Southmead, and she would commute. She didn't talk too much about how long she was away, and I just know from booking lessons it would be sort of a couple of weeks in advance when she knew her rota, when she knew what shifts and how long she was going to be away for at any one time.